Hey, how's it going everyone? This is DCSG81 and today, yes, as you guys know, I'm very excited to be doing a review because this is my second Christmas wish list that I most wanted. Yeah, the SH Figuarts Spider-Man 2099 from the Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. Okay guys, just to show you guys how huge this box is. So I do have Miles Morales as well as this Spider-Gwen, and they are both from the SH Figuarts. In fact, they are both from the same series Across the Spider-Verse. Wow, so you can imagine how huge the box is. So let's take out the actual box and take a look. And there you have it guys. Oh my goodness, just take a look at this beauty. Wow, this is really nice, and the figure itself I think is rather huge. You can see from here, and the rest of the space here, all the accessory, especially I think they have a plastic cape for him, which is also quite big. That's why the box is so huge. Yeah, so I kind of like this Spider-Man 2099 over here. Very cool. I don't think this is from the animation itself, but it does looks very cool. And at the side of the box, I'm sorry that I can't show you everything because it's kind of tall out of the camera, but you can see this very cool looking Spider-Man 2099 here. The same goes for this side, another very cool poses for this Spider-Man 2099, and I'm going to show you the wordings over here. Okay, and at the back is always my favorite part of the box. You can see all the cool poses for this Spider-Man as well as some of the accessory. Even I think it comes with the bracelet for Spider-Gwen. Yeah, looking pretty cool, and this is an Asia version. You can see this sticker right over here. So let's get him out. Okay, so upon taking it out from the box, I do have some mixed feeling. So as you can see, I do feel excited because the figure itself does looks very good. It's very tall, very big. Yeah, this looks like it's worth the money. But at the same time, on this side, wow, I was thinking there are a few more accessories. I didn't expect the cape to be taking almost 90% of the space, and they just give rather few accessory. This is kind of disappointing because I was hoping for more, but nevertheless I think this head sculpt for Miguel actually kind of compensate, but we'll talk about that later in the accessory portion. So let's bring out the figure, and this is the figure right out of the box. Oh my goodness, it does looks very good, but at the same time I do have one concern because he looks big on the upper half body, but he looks very small at the lower half, so it just looks like very imbalanced. I'm not sure if this tiny leg can support the body because he does have some weight. Yeah, it's pretty heavy on, especially I think on the chest area, but this tiny leg just feels weird. Yeah, but I think if you pose him in dynamic poses, it should be able to pose some pretty nice one. I have seen multiple pictures. Let's take a look at the body. Wow, I think it just looks perfect. It's just full of details. If you zoom in enough, you can see there are lots of carving there. Yeah, a lot of design, a lot of details. My goodness, this is just pure beautiful. I don't remember seeing such a details in the movie, maybe because they are always moving so fast. Yeah, but this one does, wow, I mean, it just blew me away with all the amazing details. I do hope that these two can be kind of like taken off. I'm not sure if I can, but they do looks very cool, don't get me wrong, but I just afraid that, you know, when you drop to the floor it might just broke off. If it can be taken off, then it's fine. Yeah, but let's take a, wow, even at the back you can see very cool details. This is really nice, and the paints even seems metallic. As you can see, when the light just bounce off the figure, it does gives a very beautiful reflection of it. Yeah, very nice. Now I know why they charge so much, and now I know why they made this as exclusive, even though I hope they don't do this as often, because I do wish everyone can be able to afford this guy and can you know, grab him, but this is how it is. Yeah, business, right? They had to make it exclusive so they can justify the high price. And by looking at the head again, the head seems kind of tiny though. Yeah, I just hope that it'll be slightly bigger. Now he looks like an alien with a big body and the tiny heads and the tiny long legs. Yeah, this kind of looks weird, even though I know this is animations, not a real person, but it just looks weird. Yeah, I just hope that the head is just tiny bit bigger, but it just looks amazing. Multiple details on the head as well. You can see the paints are being painted rather nicely. Yeah, this is SH Figuarts, so I don't expect any of the paints not being painted properly, but it just looks great. Yeah, this is just beautiful. So next, let's move on to the articulation. I'll start with the head as always, so you can look to the right, looks to the left, no issue. Looking up, yeah, very much. Looking down, yep, it's let's see, yeah, the neck you can move separately, is even better. So you have a separate neck, like I say, so the neck can be moved as well. So for his arm, you can see there's a cut for the butterfly joint, so he can move, wow, rather much. Okay, so this is good. And there's cut for the arms, for the arm swivels. His arm can go 360 degree, no problem. Going upwards, yes, more than 90 degrees there. And a double joint elbow, I believe. Yes, very nice. Of course, this can't be moved. And his hand, you can swivels around, going up and down. Yep, you can see that. And there are 2 points of articulations, one at the torso, so you can swivels around. Just be careful not to chip off any paints. And of course the waist, you can also swivels around and can turn it, but mine is rather tight. Yeah, I don't want to break anything. Let me try it again. No. Yeah, I think it's been in the box for too long. Yep, so I might need to have some hair dryer. I believe this can be turned on the waist. Okay, and of course this legs model, you can see it looks very much like those SH Figuarts Dragon Ball line. Yeah, some of you say it looks ugly, but I think this one actually improved the articulations quite a lot. So any pull down mechanism, nope. There's a cut for the tights for the swivels, you can see that. A double joint knee, yes, beautiful. Wow, this actually goes as much as something like a Sentinel toys. Okay, for his leg, of course, there's a ball joint. You can going swivels around, going up and down, and of course he does comes with toe hinges. Let's see how well he can kick forward, which I believe should be more than 90 degrees. Unfortunately, just about 90 degrees. Okay, and kicking back, I believe is equally good. Oh, okay, kicking back can actually go more than 90 degrees. That's weird. Okay, and then let's see, you can do a split, a perfect split. Yeah, about that. Okay, so it's very nice articulation as always with the SH Figuarts. And when you're doing all the poses, it just feels great because of very tight. Yeah, maybe because it's still new, but I just hope that this portion can turn. Yeah, mine is, I think it's stuck. Just don't want to break anything. Yeah. And next, let's move on to the accessory. I'll start with the hands as always. So he just comes with a pair of closed fist hand that's already on the figure. Pair of open palms hand, which you can see, wow, the details are rather amazing. And a pair of grabbing hands where you can see there is a claw there. Yeah, it's like his fingernail or something. Wow, this looks rather menacing. One short and one long webbings. Yeah, this is kind of refreshing because we hardly see Spider-Man webbings looks like this. One small and one big time traveling bracelet, or it's called the multiverse bracelets that you can travel through different multiverse. Of course, the smaller one is for Spider-Gwen and this one is for this Spider-Man. And next is this big cape that he comes with. There's good and bad. The good part is at least it is one single piece, not like some they actually given like a few parts of it for the articulation purposes. Those looks rather ugly. I think I prefer this one. The bad things is, of course, is still a hard plastic cape, which well, maybe some of you guys have a liking for plastic cape, but not for me. Yep. So this one, this looks pretty okay. It does comes with these tools as well for you to remove the lid behind him to put on this cape. Of course, I will show you guys later. And last but not least, of course, is this unmasked head of Miguel. Yeah, this is like one of the selling point for me. And since I say that this head looks kind of small, so let's do a little bit of comparison here. The mask head does indeed looks like it's smaller. I mean, just imagine this head having a mask over it. Does it looks to be this small? I kind of feel that it should be tiny bit bigger, then it will looks balanced. So yeah, these are all the accessory that he comes with. Do click on the likes button if you enjoy this review. Thank you. Okay, so for the size comparison, I'll start off with some Marvel Legends. So I do have this Miles Morales from Across the Spider-Verse, and the Spider-Gwen from Across the Spider-Verse as well. And lastly, this piece of work, the Spider-Punk. Wow, I think it looks great together. And next we'll compare with some SH Figuarts, which is of course Miles Morales from Across the Spider-Verse, as well as the Spider-Gwen from Across the Spider-Verse. They are actually making the Spider-Punk as well, which I hope to get my hands on. And next, let's compare with some Mayfax. I do have the Miles Morales because Mayfax have not gotten into making Across the Spider-Verse, so they are from Into the Spider-Verse. And also Spider-Gwen, okay, also from Into the Spider-Verse, which is the first installment of the movie. And also Peter B. Parker from Into the Spider-Verse. And last but not least, the Spider-Ham. And lastly, I would like to compare with the Sentinel Toys Miles Morales, Spider-Gwen, Peter Parker or Peter B. Parker, and Spider-Ham. So I do think that they scale pretty well as well, even though they are smaller. Okay, so my final verdict for this Spider-Man 2099 in terms of the overall look, wow, I think it just looks beautiful. Except for a few things. Firstly is I think the head is really a tiny bit smaller. And the second thing is I was just hoping these are actually removable. Yeah, other than that, I think I'm pretty happy with I'm getting about the body being too big at the top and the legs being too small. I think they are just following the animation, so I think it's fine. So I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. As for the accessory wise, yeah, they do give quite a number of accessory, but again, I do have my grab, especially for this cape here. And also the second thing is I do think that this dimension watch or something, or whatever you call it, they should have more details. As you can see on this cut screen, they do have more details there instead of just fully painted red. And I was hoping that it could at least be opened up. Yes, it's a good idea that they actually give one to Gwen, but I'm actually hoping for something a little bit more because of the price we paid. Yeah, maybe another angry head for this Miguel unmasked head. In terms of the accessory, again, I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. And when it comes to the articulations, wow, this guy can articulate pretty well, even though mine seems to stuck at the waist, but I still think that he does punch a pack of the articulation. This guy can pose very well, so I'm going to give him a 5 out of 5. And when it comes to the scale, I always like bigger figures, so this guy just kind of, you know, match my expectation. But then again, he just seems to be tiny bit bigger than the rest of it. So again, I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. Yes, so in overall, I do think that if you do have, you know, that amount of extra cash to spend on, yes, I would totally recommend this guy. But if you are really tight on it and you want to buy some other figures, it's totally fine, because this guy here is equivalent to maybe 1.5 SH Figuarts figure. Or if you want it, yeah, maybe also 1.5 figures of Mayfax, but it's definitely I think it's about 4 Marvel Legends. Yeah, it's equivalent to 4 Marvel Legends. So yeah, so it does takes lots of considerations whether you should get it. So this is why I hope that my review will help you decide that decisions And I'll catch you guys again in my next video. I hope you'll watch these videos right over here.